Good morrow, my lovely little ghosts, and welcome to the Dark Orchard. I'm Laura, and this is a holiday treat video. As I said in my intro, this is a holiday treat video. More specifically, as you can tell from the title, this is me showing you how to make my version of the perfect hot chocolate mentioned in the Santa Claus. Picture this. You're in the single digits of years old, and you're sitting in front of a giant box TV, and the Disney Channel plays the Santa Claus. And then you see that scene where Judy the elf is offering her perfect hot chocolate that took her over 1,000 years to perfect. You have this flavor in your mouth just watching it. You salivate. You imagine what that might taste like. And all you have to go off of is things that you've tried thus far in your small little life. I was obsessed. And when I became double-digit years old, I started experimenting. And it did not take me 1,000 years to perfect my hot chocolate. It did take a few, but not 1,000. So, without further delay, let's get started. Let's jump into that perfect hot chocolate. So, first things first, I'm going to end the debate right here. Your first ingredient is milk. Not water, milk. Milk makes the best hot chocolate. And I find that when making hot chocolate, the best course of action to get the proper amount is to measure in the cups that you're going to use. What I usually do is I fill the cup that I'm going to use about half full of milk. And then pour it into my pot. So I'm going to put the cap on the milk and set it aside. And then I'm going to turn it on a low heat. With my burner, that's going to be about 1 to 2 to start off with. So I'm going to go ahead and crank it up to 2 just to get it hot. So while this is warming, I'm going to show you the ingredients that I use for my hot chocolate. So for every cup that I use, I'm going to be using a packet of Swiss Miss hot chocolate mix. And most people would just full stop right there, but not me. I'm also going to add chocolate. Hershey's is my favorite. A little bit of cinnamon sugar, not a lot, just a tiny bit. And then also marshmallow fluff. So I gradually add the Swiss Miss. So what I usually do is I hold the packet in one hand and my whisk in another, not a spoon. We don't stir. You never stir hot chocolate. You whisk it. And this is to prevent clumps in the Swiss Miss. You know that your Swiss Miss is well combined when it starts turning a chocolatey milk color instead of the dark Swiss Miss color. Now that the Swiss Miss is fully combined, I'm going to open up the chocolate and add the chocolate to the mix. And just like with the Swiss Miss, for every cup of milk, 1 chocolate bar. And then once you add that, you're just going to whisk it until fully combined into the milk. The Hershey's chocolate will combine into the milk because it's chocolate and it melts. When you can pull your whisk up and there's no more chocolate on the whisk, it's fully combined. It's very helpful, since you're not stirring your whisking, to scrape the bottom with the whisk every now and then, just to make sure you've got all the chocolate off the bottom. But remember to do your whisking motion and not a stirring motion. Now that that's fully combined, I'm going to take the cinnamon sugar. I'm going to do 4 shakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. That's all we do. And then once again, whisk that into the mixture. And now comes the fun part and the somewhat dangerous part. You know how in the Santa Claus when Judy says shaken, not stirred? That's what we're going for here. And how do you shake hot chocolate? In a thermos. So what I'm going to do is take my ladle and ladle the hot chocolate into my thermos. Okay, now that that's full of my hot chocolate, I'm going to take the marshmallow fluff. I'm going to scoop a big spoonful, and like everything else, you do 1 spoonful for each cup that you've made. And then if you've got some left on the spoon, you just eat it. So then you put the lid back on, and then you shake. It helps if you get your whole body into it. You're super excited for the chocolate. Okay. So now we're going to scoot the burner back, and we're going to grab the star of any hot chocolate. Marshmallows. Grab my mug. I'm going to put a handful of marshmallows in the bottom. I always put them in the bottom so that they float to the top instead of trying to load it on top and then not having enough room in my cup for them. Then we uncap the thermos. Ooh, nice and tight. And then pour a nice hot cup of the perfect hot chocolate. Shaken, not stirred. And then all that's left to do is give it a taste. Perfect. So that was me showing you how to do my version of the perfect The Santa Claus hot chocolate. I know, I am just the biggest sweets person ever. I love some sugar. But that's just what my baby brain thought was the perfect hot chocolate, and I still believe so today. I drank the entire thing with no regrets. So, for the comments down below, tell me what you would do differently. Tell me if you have a perfect hot chocolate recipe. And if you don't talk to me about that, just tell me what your favorite scene from the Santa Claus is. And if you don't talk to me about that, just talk to me about something, because I love for you to talk to me down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come around again soon. Say bye. Bye!